Hello, my merciful brothers and sisters. It is I, MisterMercy, bringing you another video with some Overwatch gameplay. So we have some breaking SOMBRA ARG news that has just hit Reddit mere moments ago. Just about an hour ago, this hit Reddit, and it's really exciting. So I know that there's been other SOMBRA ARG stuff that has come out since you know, I've made my last video, but since a lot of it was speculatory and a lot of it was, you know, just like up in the air about whether it was really true or not, I didn't really cover it. I figured, you know, I'll just assume that it's fake. But this is the first, like, real, leak that's come out about SOMBRA that actually may have some credibility to it in my eyes, because it ties in with things that, you know, have already been revealed, and you know, I think that if this is really a fake, then somebody did a damn good job faking this. This is a really, you know, if this is a fake, this is a really well made fake, because it looks so legit. So let's go over this. So gonna show you guys a picture on screen. This was discovered by a Russian Overwatch group. I believe they're also probably from Reddit, and they found this on a internal website for Blizzard. This is like a website for Blizzard employees to use, you know, to get the scoop on what's going on in the company and stuff. I don't know how they got their way in, or maybe it is a publicly accessible site, who knows, but this was an internal website for Blizzard employees that they got into, and it's basically listing out what appears to be a bunch of upcoming changes to Overwatch, a bunch of, you know, incoming things. So before we get to the meat of the issue with SOMBRA's big reveal, let's look at this top part of this picture here. It's a bit cut off because they took this picture from their monitor. They didn't actually screen cap their monitor, which I think that they did that, even though it does make some things difficult to look at and stuff, and difficult to read. I think they did that to give this image a little bit more credibility, because you could easily go into like an image editing program and fake a screenshot of this. So by taking a picture of the actual website from the monitor itself, it gives it a little bit more credibility. Granted, it still could be faked. I'm not saying that any of this is 100%, you know, solid evidence of SOMBRA or anything, but this is a really, you know, convincing leak, and I wanted to go over with you. So looking up top here at this first top half of the picture, it's cut off, but it says something about, I believe that says, protect the castle doors from the Zomniks and Dr. Junkenstein's evil allies. I believe it's cut off here. It says, try your hand at 3 different difficulties. The harder the difficulty, the more points you can earn. So, you know, this, if you were just going off of, you know, stuff that we've known about in the past, this would kind of just like be like, eh. But recently, I believe it was earlier this morning, actually, it was just leaked. This is an official confirmed leak that we know this is absolutely true, because the Google Play Store put up the, you know, the digital version of the Overwatch comic number 9, and in that post, I mean, it's supposed to be coming out, I believe, this coming Wednesday, the next Overwatch comic, Overwatch number 9, and the cover for that comic was leaked, and it showed some of the Halloween skins that we'll probably be getting for the upcoming Halloween event. We had a Witch Mercy, we had like a Headless Horseman Reaper, was really cool, and Junkrat was like a mad scientist kind of character, and the title of the comic itself was Junkenstein. So, you know, the way I'm looking at this here is that if this was all just text, this could very easily be faked, and I wouldn't believe it. But the amount of detail that's in the picture of SOMBRA, which I'm going to reveal next, the amount of time it would take to, you know, create this model in some sort of like engine and then, you know, make a picture of it and stuff, the amount of time it would take to make such an accurate looking Overwatch model, and put it in this fake update and stuff, it doesn't line up. I mean, nobody knew about Junkrat being, you know, like a Frankenstein character until very, very recently. I mean, it was speculated back in the day, but nobody had any real, you know, hard evidence that Junkrat was going to be some kind of like mad scientist character in, you know, the Halloween update. And now it's been confirmed. So, you know, the only way I can see that you know, this would mention, you know, Dr. Junkenstein, is you know, if it actually is from Blizzard, and this is a legitimate, you know, leak. So let's get into the thing that everybody's talking about here. That is our first possible look at Sombra. So it says, I'm gonna put up the picture right now, and this, my friends, this is supposedly Sombra. Our first look, and it says, if you look at the top here, it says Hero Sombra. She will be hacking her way into the build later tonight. So that means that we're probably gonna get an update to the PTR tonight. And you're probably not gonna be able to play as Sombra. I don't think that you're gonna get to play as Sombra. But her code will be added into the game. You know, more stuff for her will be added into the game, and I'm sure that tomorrow we'll see a lot of big data mine stuff. If this leak is to be believed, we'll see a lot of data mine stuff about Sombra popping up tomorrow. Which, if that happens, if the PTR updates tonight and we get a lot of like data mine stuff about Sombra, I think that will give this leak like a lot of credibility, and it'll show that it's not just like some kind of like fake thing because it's been predicted that this will update tonight. I don't think, like I said, I don't think that she'll be playable until after BlizzCon. I go over this in my previous video. I'll put an iCard up on screen. But I go over this in my previous video about Sombra, and how I believe she's going to speak to us. I actually would like to make an addendum to that. I do believe she'll speak to us on October 17th when her Omnic hack completes. I also believe that she's going to talk to us on November 1st, which is Day of the Dead, Dia de los Muertos, and then a couple days later at BlizzCon, during the opening ceremony, she will hack her way in and officially reveal herself. Like Jeff Kaplan will be on stage just talking about how excited he is about Overwatch's launch and how well the game's doing, and talking about how he has some stuff to show us, and maybe he'll go into like a new map or something. They'll be showing off the map, and in the middle of the transmission, in the middle of the video, Sombra will hack her way in and reveal herself. So I believe that's how it's going to go down. I said that in my previous video. But I do believe that, you know, she will be added into the PTR, at least added into the code that nobody can access quite yet. She'll be added into the PTR later tonight. And if you go down and look at the bottom of this picture here, you can see a little bit of Sombra's backstory. It says, Sombra is one of the world's best and most notorious hackers. As a child, she lost everything during the Omnic Crisis. Yada yada yada, something with computers to survive. She worked with the Los Muertos gang in Mexico, executing increasingly more yada yada yada, until she attracted too much unwanted attention and had to go underground. And there's more on the Reddit page here. During that time, she upgraded something annotations, and was recruited by the mysterious Talon organization. While Sombra seems content to work with yada yada, it goes on. So you can't really get the whole story here. And this makes a lot of sense. And just looking at her picture here, you know, back when Sombra was first, you know, started talking to us, a lot of people assumed that she might be Alejandra. And I kind of dismissed that because, you know, everybody was talking about, oh, how, you know, the power plant that's in Dorado now currently in the game wasn't in the short where Alejandra and 76 were in. And so therefore, you know, that time must have passed between the two shorts. That's fine, but you know, I didn't buy that Alejandra could possibly be Sombra because 76 looked like he wasn't much older. Now I know the Vishkar Corporation has developed technology to build buildings you know, more rapidly and stuff. But you know, I didn't really buy that Sombra could possibly be Alejandra, because Alejandra is younger, and I don't believe that Blizzard would have us be playing a shooter with a child character in it. And you know, there's just too many things that said that Alejandra wasn't Sombra, and the biggest connection between Alejandra and Sombra is that they're both Mexican. That was like the only big connection that we had between Alejandra and Sombra. But you look at Sombra's design here, the way she's presented, and I do really like her design. Her design looks really, really good. I wish, maybe she has, like, I know that Stylosa was talking about in his video how he doesn't see the skull on her, but maybe she has the skull maybe on her back or something where we can't see it in this picture. But I really like her Uzi weapon. I think that's really cool. I want to have a character that has, like, some kind of, like, Uzi as a weapon. That'd be pretty cool. But you look at her design, she does bear a striking resemblance to Alejandra, so it's very, very possible, I think now, looking at this picture, that maybe, just maybe, Alejandra is actually Sombra. But we won't know. We won't know until Blizzard actually gives us the whole backstory on her in her big reveal trailer when she comes up, probably later at BlizzCon. I do believe she will be playable first at BlizzCon. I do believe that she will be ready to be played by the public at BlizzCon, and then, you know, maybe a week after BlizzCon, she will hit the PTR, and maybe a week after, well, I mean, she's going to be hitting the PTR, at least code-wise, later tonight, but she'll be playable in the PTR, let's say. She'll be playable in the PTR probably right after BlizzCon, like maybe like a week after BlizzCon, and then a week after that, probably like the third week of November, she will be playable on the live game. So that was the leak, of Sombra and possibly a brawl for the upcoming Halloween mode. That's what this whole Zomnick's and Dr. Junkenstein's thing is. And so that could possibly be, you know, could possibly be that. And it says the castle doors here too, so maybe that means that the brawl is going to happen exclusively on Eichenwald. And you know, you have to play as you know, like Junkrat or something, or who knows? Who knows? But I do believe that it says the castle doors here. That means it's probably going to take place on Eichenwald. Exclusively Eichenwald. So is this Sombra, though? We don't know. We will find out later. I do very strongly believe that she will be revealed at BlizzCon. And if she is revealed before BlizzCon, then it's possible that maybe they'll show Doomfist at BlizzCon. However, in the recent developer update, Jeff Kaplan said that they have 2 heroes that they're working on. The current hero is very, very close to going live. They're very, very close to finish with that hero. They're playtesting it internally on Blizzard's servers right now, which actually may be, you know, why this post exists. In the first place, of course, this post has since been removed from that website, so that adds to the, you know, the speculation. But it explains, you know, why we might be seeing this in the first place, because maybe, you know, Blizzard just started testing this hero, and they sent out this blog post to their internal employees, you know, talking about all the things they're going to be play testing and stuff. And there you go. This is the hero that they're supposedly play testing right now in Blizzard HQ, which is apparently, possibly, allegedly, Sombra. So yeah, I do very strongly believe that she will be showed at BlizzCon, but if she isn't, you know, who knows, maybe it's Doomfist or somebody. But anyways, guys, that is all the news I had for you. Remember, if you liked the video, leave a like. If you didn't, leave a dislike. Subscribe if you haven't already. And as always, I am MisterMercy. Peace, everyone.